Exodus chapter 32. And when the people saw that Moshe delayed to come down from the mount, the people gathered themselves together to Aaron and said to him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moshe, the man that brought us up out of the land of Mizraim, we know not what is become of him. And Aaron said to them, Break off the golden rings which are in the ears of your women, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them to me. And all the people broke off the golden rings which were in their ears, and brought them to Aaron. And he received it at their hand, and fashioned it with an engraving tool, and made it a molten calf. And they said, These are thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Mizraim. And when Aaron saw this, he built an altar before it, and Aaron made proclamation and said, Tomorrow shall be a feast to Yahweh. And they rose up early on the morrow, and offered ascending offerings, and brought peace offerings, and the people sat down to eat and to drink, and rose up to play. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, Go, get thee down, for thy people that thou broughtest up out of the land of Mizraim have corrupted themselves. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed to it, and said, These are thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Mizraim. And Yahweh said to Moshe, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may become hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation. And Moshe besought Yahweh his God, and said, Yahweh, why doth thy wrath become hot against thy people, that thou hast brought out of the land of Mizraim with great power and with a mighty hand? For what reason should the Mizraim speak, saying, For evil did he bring them forth, to slay them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath, and repent of this evil against thy people. Remember Abraham, Yitzhak, and Israel thy servants, to whom thou swearest an oath by thine own self, and saidst to them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of the skies, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give to your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And Yahweh repented of the evil which he said he would do to his people. And Moshe turned and went down from the mount with the 2 tablets of the testimony in his hand, tablets that were written on both their sides, on the one side and on the other were they written. And the tablets were the work of God, and the writing was the writing of God, engraved upon the tablets. And when Yehoshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said to Moshe, There is a noise of war in the camp. And he said, It is not the voice of them that shout for mastery, neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome, but the noise of them that sing do I hear. And it was as soon as he came near to the camp that he saw the calf and the dancing, and Moshe's anger became hot, and he cast the tablets out of his hand and broke them beneath the mount. And he took the calf which they had made and burnt it with fire, and ground it to powder, and strewed it upon the water, and made the children of Israel drink of it. And Moshe said to Aaron, What did this people to thee, that thou hast brought a great sin upon them? And Aaron said, Let not the anger of my Lord become hot. Thou knowest the people, that they are set on evil. For they said to me, Make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moshe, the man that brought us up out of the land of Mizraim, we know not what is become of him. And I said, Whosoever hath any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it me, and I cast it into the fire, and there came out this calf. And when Moshe saw the people were broken loose, for Aaron had let them loose, for a derision among their enemies, then Moshe stood in the gate of the camp and said, Whoso is on Yahweh's side, let him come to me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together to him. And he said to them, Thus saith Yahweh, the God of Israel, Put ye every man his sword upon his thigh, and go to and fro from gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the sons of Levi did according to the word of Moshe, and there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men. And Moshe said, Consecrate yourselves today to Yahweh, yea, every man against his son, and against his brother, that he may bestow upon you a blessing this day. And it was on the morrow that Moshe said to the people, Ye have sinned a great sin, and now I will go up to Yahweh. Perhaps I shall make atonement for your sin. And Moshe returned to Yahweh and said, Oh, this people have sinned a great sin, and have made them gods of gold. Yet now, if thou wilt forgive their sin, and if not, blot me, I pray thee, out of the book which thou hast written. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Whoever hath sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. And now go, lead the people to the place which I have spoken to thee. Behold, my messenger shall go before thee. Nevertheless, in the day when I will visit their sin upon them. And Yahweh smote the people, because they made the calf which Aaron made.